secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked, as these two are in this one. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Canes will put total leather to crank us up. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
Last season, Kevin Jennings took over as the SMU quarterback, and they went 11-1 before stumbling in the ACC championship game and in the college football playoff. What does he need to focus on in terms of improvement?
Just avoiding the turnovers, Reese. If Kevin Jennings does that, this offense is virtually unstoppable. Because of his ability to extend plays and create, his accuracy throwing vertically down the field, SMU has everything they need. Rhett Lashley is going to have a lot of fun calling plays. If this guy takes that next step, watch out. This is a team vying for the college football playoff.
Pocket breaking down. Bought a little time. Lets it go. No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Going up top again. Throws to the back. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Bringing the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often. And you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Got his man. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Mustangs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal.
Here we go.
Direct snap. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. They got him. It's a sack. Took a chance to try to score the touchdown, and they'll get nothing.
Listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Not much room there. They'll give him one to the 9. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
Back to pass, it's back. And a big deflection on third down forces a fourth down.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, SMU! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Carr. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive lineman gave him a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Touch pass on the run. Turning it on. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Setting up the screen. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Hitting on transfer portal quarterbacks can be tricky. Certainly Miami did so with Cam Ward a season ago. And Jesse, they're hoping to keep it going with Carson Beck.
They want the Carson Beck version from 2023. At the end of that season, after winning the Orange Bowl, a lot of people thought Carson Beck would end up being the first pick of the NFL draft. 2024 was a bit more up and down. They need him to play well each and every week. He's playing, remember, behind Cam Ward. He's got a very, very big shoes to fill, but no doubt he is the key for Miami's success.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you could tell maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. Didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together. A good response from punting last drive.
Using his legs, it's Lyle. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And the Hurricanes trying to cash it in on first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll run it here on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami! Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
The defense blows up the ISO play by getting penetration right up the middle, and that forces the negative play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Jennings. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Touchdown, Hurricane. The defense putting points on the board.
And how about that play by this defense? Reading the running back, coming out of the backfield, breaking on the football, making the pick, and then walking himself into the end zone for a touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Tennessee managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. And they'll be singing from the top of Rocky Top after this one, no matter the final score. Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that kid.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. He'll set up to throw. Fires left. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and take it back. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. On the option. Now the pitch. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be...
Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card. And you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got...
There he goes. Got the first down and more. Touchdown Mustangs. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point splits the uprights. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's back. Quickly complete. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss. He can take...
Breaks into the open. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Corners are going to bail. That's caught. It's Daniels. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Makes the grab. It's Pringle. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Love the 3rd down call. Throwing the angle route to your back, working one-on-one against that defender. Easy pitch and catch for the 1st.
And the Canes will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's back. Got it in the middle. It's Pringle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
And this one is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here he comes with the return. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Mustangs will kick it off to start the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Quarterback running on the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Pulls it in. It's Pringle. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Dropping back, it's Beck. Gets it out fast. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Canes will hustle to the line. Wants to fire on second down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Nestles it in at the 35. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 42. The handoff to Johnson. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. They'll go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. And the Mustangs will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. To the ground with the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. The Canes in the hurry up. To the ground, he's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
they're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And his throw is incomplete. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. 3rd down coming after the incompletion. He's looking downfield to throw. Working the middle. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
This guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, SMU! And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Beck. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. He's loose. Touchdown, Canes. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. In front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll start this drive going to the air, using his feet to buy time, trying to make magic on the scramble.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Miami. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Kansas State has just had no answer to the ferocious tail kicking they're taking today. And if you thought this coach was colorful before, wait till his postgame. They're trailing by 18 to Texas Tech. For now, it's back to you fellas. But, of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Throws to the tight end. And here's the third interception of the night. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lyle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Hurricanes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Looking for a gap. It's Lyle. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Carney. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be fourth down and decision time. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Steps away. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on them, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
On fourth down, going to the air. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. The Mustangs are in the hurry-up.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38. These guys are on the move. And the Mustangs have their offense in high gear. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Spits it out to the back. Got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll try the run.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking to the big tight end. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot. Unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point.
Touchdown, Mustangs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
And the extra point is good. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Going over the top. He's got it.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. The snap sets up to throw. They've got the screen set up. Oh, he's got some space. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
And the Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Drop play, quarterback keeps it. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Defense looks like they're coming. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Miami.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's back. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Gonna run it. It's Lyle. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today, dominating in all 3 phases. This is a team everybody needs to look out for.
Running to the left. Powers through the defender. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Power football with the run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Tough sledding in there, picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He slides that just inside the right upright. It's our force to settle for the field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Kansas State has just had no answer to the ferocious tail kicking they're taking today. And if you thought this coach was colorful before, wait till his postgame. They're trailing by 18 to Texas Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Men?
He'll take a deep shot here. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just...
Turning it on! A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, David, if I were allowed. You would have had push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Back to pass, it's Beck. Grabbed over the middle, it's Fletcher. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Has to get there to move the sticks. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things.